Regeki is an extremely complicated card that reads, destroy all monsters your opponent controls. I had to confirm this text with at least 27 judges given how much text was on the card. Alright, jokes aside, the last ban list actually unlimited this card and now it is a 3, which is actually very interesting. On paper, Regeki is that kind of card that looks ridiculously broken and everyone should be playing it, but not before taking a few things into consideration. First of all, just like most other cards out there, this card obviously can get negated, so going second against a few boards, it might actually just bait a negate and not really do anything. Second, a lot of monsters have built-in protection nowadays, so they either are indestructible by card effects, or when they do get destroyed, they kind of get their money back by special summoning a monster, or searching a monster, etc. And third, Regeki is the kind of card that hurts your opponent, but doesn't really help you out in any way. Even Artemate Slay can actually help you out by sending the new Super Poly target, so you can draw one card, so that you're always making your opponent lose a card, while also refunding back your resource. Now, the beautiful aspects of the card is that it's not once per turn, and it doesn't actually care about the battle position of the monsters that you're trying to destroy, just like Lightning Storm does. Drawing multiple Regekis could actually do something substantial, whereas drawing multiple Forbidden Droplet, for example, really doesn't. There are also a few decks that actually care more about their monsters getting destroyed than getting negated. Exorcister is actually a great example because let's just say they have Exorcister Magnifica on the field, as well as the Elitania. If you Forbidden Droplet, for example, the Elitania is still alive because you still control an Exorcister, whereas if you go Regeki, you actually take care of a lot of threats at the same time. And also, if you're in the OCG, you would know that Regeki is actually ridiculously good and actually way better than Dark Ruler and Forbidden Droplet against Blight because they are turboing out the Dragon Buster Destruction Sword, and it is a threat in the spell and trap zone that relies on your monster sitting on the field. So if you, let's say, negate any monster effect on the field, it doesn't actually achieve anything, but if you destroy them, then all of a sudden, the Dragon Buster Destruction Sword falls off, and they have literally no interruption. And since Toad is banned over there, they don't really have any consistent, reliable Omni-Negates outside of maybe Splight Carrot. And Regeki is also the kind of card that is just really versatile overall. It's good against rogue decks, it's good against Flunderies because you can get rid of the Empen as well as the Windbearer statue at the same time. In that situation, Forbidden Droplet wouldn't be ideal because you wouldn't be able to use it under Shifter since you would have to, send cards to the grave, and also it would be very expensive because, again, you would have to send at least 2 cards from the hand or field to the graveyard in order to negate those 2 monsters. And if you break, let's say, or if you're in simplified game state, Regeki could actually save you out of nowhere because you can actually just go Regeki, destroy a bunch of monsters past turn, and next turn you don't die. So if you're on a super simplified old school game state, Regeki is always at least kind of doing something, whereas Dark Ruler in the top deck mode, if you have literally nothing and it's just a war of beatdown every single turn, doesn't do jack shit. So in conclusion, yes, there are a few bad things to say about Regeki because, the power creep, there are so many negates, so many monsters that float, etc. But there are still a lot of really positive aspects of the card, and Regeki, just like any other tech or staple card, is seasonal, and what I mean by that is that it depends on the format. So sometimes it's actually really bad, but then the format right after it becomes really, really good. So you as a player, you always have to be fully aware of how good it can be against other people and also against you so that you are fully aware of its existence and don't really lose out to the card that you could have actually played around. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Let me know your thoughts about Regeki in this comment section below. Let me know if, Regeki 3 is actually a big mistake, and I'll see you guys very soon. Don't forget to like, subscribe, blah, blah, blah.